attention. You're in for a treat.
Thank you for
trivia in the entire cruise. People get very vicious on this game to the point that sometimes you happen to see chairs flying from one side to the other side of the room. Now, just to remind you, don't kill the messenger. I'm just hosting the event. Every time I host this trivia, I get beaten by somebody. Please, I got 3 wives, 15 kids to look after. I need this job, okay? No, it's kidding. I'm actually single, and I am looking for a girlfriend and a green card. So let me know if the opportunity may arise during this cruise. I will definitely take it, all right? Now, do make sure to have a piece of paper with you and a pencil, obviously. Go ahead and write down either your name or the name of your team on the top center of the paper. We're going to run you through several questions. You have to write down only the answer on the paper. Please, if you know the answer, might be number 3. Don't shout number 3 because people around you might copy your answer. So if you wanted to copy the wrong answer, shout out number 13 or something else so they get the wrong answer, all right? This is the last call. If you are playing Golden Girls Trivia, you need a piece of paper and a pencil, and this is the last call. Because of the degree of competitivity on this trivia, I will not be able to read questions again. I will read questions only 2 times. Now, if you've been in my trivias, you know, and every time you come, I tell you, correct my pronunciation, correct if I say something wrong. Well, for this one, it's not applicable because my accent will be the same for everybody in the room, and I can only read the question twice. So if you were to correct me the first time I read the question, so I can improve it during the second time I read it. I will not read it a 3rd time, all right? Is that clear? Very good. Please, I again ask you, don't kill the host. We have a lot of trivias to host today and a whole full day tomorrow, and I need to be in one piece. Okay. By the way, the trivia that we have right here has been verified and checked by our head office. I'm not kidding you, because Gates has sent letters complaining about the previous trivias. So the answers on this trivia are final, all right? If you don't like it, take it, all right? You're playing Golden Girls? Yes, I'm right here. Piece of paper and a pencil. If anybody else is in the room to play Golden Girls, this is your very last chance to grab a paper and a pencil, or else you'll be behind in the quiz and I will not be able to read any of the questions. Number 1, question number 1. Save, use the right save. No problem. The pencil? You don't need a pencil? There we go. You got it. Question number 1. How many people lived in the Gold Girls household on the pilot episode? How many people lived in the Golden Girls household on the pilot episode? In case you don't know what pilot episode means, it means the very first episode. Alright? How many? I read twice already. Look at the silence and the stress in the room. It's like a final test in college. Moving on to question number 2. Complete the blank. In the theme song, it says, "Thank you for being a..." In the theme song, it says, "Thank you for being a..." We have gone through 2 questions already. If you got 2 correct answers out of 2, make some noise. Very good. Number 3. What was the spin-off show of the Golden Girls? I repeat the question. What was the spin-off show of the Golden Girls? If you know the answer, try not to shout it out loud because those people around will steal the answer and your teammates are gonna hate you. Number 4. Who owned the house? Who actually owned the house? Obviously, we're speaking about the Golden Girls house. Moving on to number 5. Who was the oldest character in the show? Not in real life. Once again, who was the oldest character in the show? Moving on to number 6. What did Rose do for a living? What did Rose do for a living? Number 6. That was number 6. Number 7. Number 7. What was the name of Rose's longtime boyfriend? What was the name of Rose's longtime boyfriend? I think I have never in my life get so much attention until today. Number 8. I'm gonna say this word wrong the first time, so correct me, so the second time I read it right. What type of foliage made up Blanche's headboard? How do you say that word? F-O-I-L?
Foliage.
Foliage, perfect. So I will read it a second time, hopefully correctly this time. What type of foliage made up Blanche's headboard? How was that? Perfect, thank you.
Headboard.
Headboard, thank you very much. Number 9. What was Dorothy going to have surgery on before she escaped from the hospital? What was Dorothy going to have surgery on before she escaped from the hospital? For the record, I have never seen this series. Number 10. Where did Blanche and Rose first meet? Where did Blanche and Rose first meet? We have reached halfway through the quiz. If you think you are winning, give me a oh yeah!
Oh yeah.
If you think you have no chance, give me an oops! Number 11. Where is Sophia from? Question number 11 was, where is Sophia from? Would you like a hint for this one?
No.
She's not from Mexico. Number 12. What was Dorothy's job? What was Dorothy's job? Job as in J-O-B, job. I see some of you shaking, your hands are sweating, the mouth gets dry. Number 13. What was the name of Dorothy's ex-husband? What was the name of Dorothy's ex-husband? Moving on to number 14. What actress played Sophia in The Golden Girls? What actress played Sophia in The Golden Girls?
Oh look, it's pretty.
Moving along, we're on question number 15. Which Golden Girl was known to be a floozy?
No.
Known. Thank you very much. Which Golden Girl was known for being a floozy? As a fun fact, in the city where I come from, in Spanish, when you are floozy, it means you have diarrhea. Seriously, you laugh, but it's true. I'm afraid I cannot. Somebody else can though. Somebody else can. I cannot. So if somebody in your team or around her and they can say it to you, it's fine. I can't. Sorry. Number 16. Which Golden Girl got married in the last episode of The Golden Girls? Which Golden Girl got married in the last episode of The Golden Girls? And I apologize for not repeating it. Normally I repeat it many times, but just because the competitivity of this trivia today, I did mention at the beginning I can't do it. You will see literally at the end somebody beating me up, chairs flying, glasses flying. You see it, trust me. Every time, every time. Number 17. What town did Rose come from? Number 17. What town did Rose come from? When I was saying this trivia gets very vicious, somebody was asking me if I was serious. I'm serious. The reason why they put the Mexican to host is because there's nobody here that can run as fast as I do. So, number 18. What was the Golden Girls' favorite dessert? What was the Golden Girls' favorite dessert? Number 19. What was the name of the bar that Blanche frequented? Frequented. Basically the one that she went a lot. What was the name of the bar that Blanche frequented? Did I say right? Frequented? Frequented. Thank you very much. It's supposed to be a hard question, but I saw a lot of you were in the answer. Number 20. What was the name of the retirement home that Sophia came from? What was the name of the retirement home that Sophia came from? We have gone through 20 questions. You have finished this quiz. You can now breathe and relax. Now, if you think you're going to win, give me a caca, caca. If you think you are not going to win, give me a pew, pew. If you feel stressed like me and ready to run, let me know. Now girls, if this gets very sanguinary, I'm jumping to that hand railing right there, so just move around, okay? You see me running that direction, just move on the sides. I'm not kidding you. Number 1, the question was, oh hold on, before we do this, I need you to swap papers with somebody else. Because in this trivia, I see people cheating a lot. So please, swap papers with somebody in a different table than yours, please. Make sure to say hi, please, and thank you as you do it. Thank you. All right. Question number 1 was, how many people lived in the Golden Girls household on the pilot episode? 5, because on that episode, the cook was still living there. So that's 5. Number 2, in the theme song, it says, thank you for being a friend. Good job. Number 3, what was the spin-off show of The Golden Girls?
Golden Palace.
The answer is The Golden Palace. Yep. Number 4, who actually owned the house? Blanche. Who was the oldest character in the show? Sophia. What did Rose do for a living? Grief counselor is the correct answer. Number 7. What was the name of Rose's longtime boyfriend? Miles. Number 8. What type of foliage made up Blanche's headboard? The answer is palm fronds. Palm fronds, spells F-R-A-N-Z. Number 9. What was Dorothy going to have surgery on before she escaped from the hospital? Her foot, yes. Number 10. Where did Blanche and Rose first met? The supermarket. The grocery store is correct as well. They both go for the same. Good job. Number 11, where is Sophia from? Sicily, like most of our captains in the company, correct. Number 12, what was Dorothy's job? She was not a teacher, she was a substitute teacher. If you got teacher, I give you half a point. It's not the same thing. Number 13, you can ask about the salaries, it's not the same either. Number 13, what was the name of Dorothy's ex-husband? Stan, it is correct. Number 14, what actress played Sophia in The Golden Girls? Estelle Getty. In case of a tie, we're gonna have a boxing competition. Number 15, which Golden Girl was known for being a floozy? Blanche. That was the question I wasn't able to repeat, I'm sorry. Number 6, wow, hold on. What floozy means in English? So the diarrhea kind of makes sense. Number 16, which Golden Girl got married in the last episode of The Golden Girls? Dorothy. Number 17, what town did Rose come from? St. Olaf, Minnesota. Well done. Number 18, what was the Golden Girls' favorite dessert? Cheesecake. 19, what was the name of the bar that Blanche frequented? The complete name is The Rusty Anchor. Yes. If you only got Rusty or only have Anchor, you get half a point as well. Number 20, what was the name of the retirement home that Sophie came from? Shady Pines. Good job. Go ahead and return the paper to the original owner, please. Number one? Number one was 5 people because one of them was the cook. This is only on the very first chapter. That's why it says pilot episode. We have it checked already in the office. I'm not kidding you. That's why I said from the beginning. I can't hear you. As I said, the answers we have to go for are the ones on the paper though. Thank you. I will have it check again, but I have to go with this answer though. Alright. Here we go. Please count how many correct answers you have and write it on the top right of the paper. This is the part when I'm stretching and getting ready to run away because at the end it gets very vicious. If you got 5 or more correct answers, make some noise. That's almost everybody in the room. If you got 10 or more correct answers, make some noise. That's 79% of the room. If you got 15 or more correct answers, make some noise. That went down to 40% of the room. If you got 16 or more, make some noise. 17 or more. 18 or more. 19 or more. Are you kidding me? How many of you got 18? If you have 18, send one representative from your team to the stage right this second, please. I got 1, I got 2, I got 3, I got 4. Is there anybody else with these many answers right? You have to pick your paper, yeah. Thank you. Thank you. Now, how you doing guys? How are you? Now, just because I mentioned, hold on, just making sure. Anybody has more correct answers at this time, speak now or remain silent forever. Good. Now, just because this is the most sanguinary, ambitious trivia, and I just might happen to be the first one I don't get beaten, I'm going to make it a tie and give each of you a sheep on a stick and a big applause for winners, please. Congratulations. Now, please line up shoulder to shoulder, facing on that direction, and take a bow as the crowd gives you once again a big round of applause. Congratulations. Thank you very much.